This is the Power Wheels Wild Thing motorized cart. I'm not sure what you would call it. It's kind of looks like a futuristic low riding wheelchair to me, but it comes mostly assembled. The only thing that you really need to worry about assembling is the wheels, and it'll come with the wheel, which they're already inflated. Actually, I don't think they're really inflated. I think they're just hard plastic. And then it comes with this cap, a washer, and then a bolt. And all you do is you assemble everything together and then you screw in the bolt, and that holds everything. I found it extremely difficult to screw in one of my bolts. It wasn't quite, things weren't quite lining up. And then when I went to do the other one, they lined up perfectly and it was much easier to screw in. So I don't know, it was pretty hard for me, but I do have arthritis in my fingers, so probably it won't be as hard for everybody else. Then it also comes with the battery, which you do need to charge up. They say no more than 18 hours. And so I went ahead and charged it for 18 hours and then I put it in. The thing I don't like about this is there is no LED indicator light that tells me that it's fully charged, half charged. That was kind of annoying to me. Then, so anyway, you put it back in here and it just basically sits right in, and then this little bar kind of holds it in place. And then you plug it in there. These are the buttons that control your speed. Pressing it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and then it resets back to the slow speed. And I think that's all you really need to know about the working of it. Oh, one more thing I guess I didn't tell you. You have a seat belt. You have to assemble that as well. You'll notice I have my seat belt shoved in the inner compartment, and that is because although the seat belt sort of fit my 6-year-old, it was actually kind of tight and it was on its last little bit, so we just decided it was more hassle than it was worth. And that's probably not the safest way to do it, but this doesn't go very fast, so I felt okay about it. Also, something to note though, if your child leans forward in this vehicle, here, move it, cat. I don't want to get your tail. This thing can roll forward, you see. And when they're getting into it, that can also be kind of difficult because they're gonna feel like they want to grab these, and then it might take off with them. So getting in and out is a little bit tricky, but once they learn the secret, they won't have any problem with it. Some other reviewers were reporting that the controls were like lagging or sluggish. And I actually did notice that, although it wasn't as bad as some people were reporting. So my son would sit in it and he would push the controls and then he'd have to push them again and then it would take off. But there wasn't that much of a delay. But I think this is a problem that might be systemic to this unit, which will prevent me from giving it a full 5 stars. But this is really fun and the kids will just love it. My concerns beyond the occasional dropping of power, I'm not sure what you want to call it, is that this is really best used in a driveway or parking lot or something where there aren't going to be a lot of cars. If you take this out on the street, my concern is that this is such a low profile type vehicle that cars won't see it. They won't see it as easily as they would see a bicycle that sits up higher. I wish the manufacturers would have included like a flag or something that sticks up from the back end of it. But that is my only other concern about it. It is super fun. This is great for younger kids. Kids that weigh over 100 pounds shouldn't be using it. I have a son who is over the age requirement. He is 13, but he is under 100 pounds. He weighs 80 pounds. And so although he's a little bit tall for it, he is still able to use it. and he just thinks it's amazing fun. And my 6-year-old it just loves being able to drive like an adult. He thinks this is his car. But it's really fun, and so you'll have to decide if you want to risk the power issues that it seems to have. For me, ours, it wouldn't have bothered me, except that other people were having the same problem and worse problems. Had I not read other reviews that said that, I wouldn't have thought anything about it because my power issues aren't that severe, but it is something to think about.